welcome to Book 101 Review. Book 101 is all about the books that I read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. He is an Air Force leader using anime storytelling to build stronger minds, teams, and lives. And of course, an author too, and the author of the debut book, which is coming this January, The Anime or The Anime Mindset Level Up Your Life to Navigate Life's Obstacle confidently and purposefully, none other than Mr. Michael Yearby.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome, Mr. Michael, on Book 101 Review. And can you please introduce more about yourself that I miss?
Yes, sir. Grew up in Miami, Florida. Graduated, of course, high school. Went into the military abruptly. Uh, been in the military for 24 years. November 27th of this year, which my 24-year mark. Been loving it ever since. Been able to visit so many different countries and continents, and just for the last 6 7 years really had a passion for writing and also professional and personal development. And man, I love anime, so I figured those two kind of like don't belong together but do. And so I decided to put those together into a fantastic book. So yeah.
Fantastic book indeed. And thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world, Mr. Michael. Thank you. And today, let's talk about your upcoming book. So, tell us, what is the anime mindset in its simplest terms? How does viewing your life as the protagonist of your own series fundamentally change your approach to a daily challenges?
Mm. Just to break the book down in its most simplest terms, is it uses anime storytelling to convey professional and personal development concepts. So these concepts, we read about them in so many different books, from Atomic Habits to the different book series from Simon Sinek. And I just wanted to learn to take what I've learned and also put it together in an anime series, especially to reach the new generation of readers and folks out there who love anime and just love storylines and concepts, because there is a unique parallel between anime, fighting for resistance, having a growth mindset, and what we do in the real world when we're facing obstacles.
Facing obstacles, yes, indeed. So, how can watching anime, often seen as escapism, become a proactive training tool for resilience, strategy, and personal growth in the real world?
Oh, so for me, how I see it is that when I'm reading on the mangas or even just looking at anime itself, right, in its totality, it starts off very interesting. It gives you a base storyline of a person or persons that's with their family members, they're experiencing life, and then they're hit with sudden or sometimes subtle tragedy. And it is so extreme. They are left in a state of despair, a state of unforgiveness and unrelentless, and they're reaching, or they have reached at that moment, the precipice of change. Will they change and become a antagonist, a villain, or and allow that situation to keep them down, or will they become a protagonist and decide to resist the urge, I guess, for bad and difficulty, right? And become something that's different, something that can service others to be the best they can be.
Why is framing your journey as a hero's arc or a training montage more psychologically empowering than traditional self help frameworks for many people today?
Great question. So right now today, a lot of I would say anime just as a whole, right, has exploded on the scene. Growing up, I used to love anime, and it used to seem as you was a nerd, right? If you liked anime, like, oh, you like anime? You're such a nerd. You're a little weird, right? But nowadays, if you don't like anime, that's seen as a little weird. Like you're a nerd, right? Like you don't like anime, which now anime has become a global leader, especially when it comes to storytelling. So that's why kind of I use the anime because it's very relatable for everyone because it allows people to get out of their own mindset, right? And see things from a different lens, and then being able to connect those lenses from a storytelling montage or framework right into now what they see as okay, this is actually certain things that I connect with in my own life.
Mr. Michael, let's talk about applying the framework to real life. Just an anime has genre.
Mm.
How can someone identify the genre of their current life chapter, and how does dictate their strategy for growth?
I would say in a lot of ways, but in specifically is that anime actually helps because we draw parallels from it when we're coming from a tragic backstory or something that we witness in our life. You know, there's over 7 billion people on the planet, and with that, we have all gone through tragedy, and we all have wrote about tragedy in some type of way to convey that point to others, right? And so anime is just another vehicle in which we do that. So when we talk about that, especially in the chapters when I talk about the philosophy of what is the practical use of anime and how you can start your own journey, it's basically saying, hey, we all have gone through obstacles. Uh, this is a framework in anime how they gone through an obstacle, and now I'm taking that same parallel and I'm applying it to professional development concepts in which we all know that has been rooted in a lot of analysis and root work that actually frames the mind, help people, you know, become better than they were yesterday. It's all about really taking a step forward, allowing yourself to breathe, actually coming up with frameworks and analyses so that you can become a asset for others.
Just as an anime is a genre, right? But
Yeah.
in anime characters trained to unlock new abilities, what are the practical real world power up or skill leveling system look like in your methodology?
So the skill leveling, especially when it comes to like anime, like power leveling, I can talk about a little about that. It's like so when you see anime, you always see someone who's at like a low level or they're fighting to become something else. Like I would say, use Naruto for an example. Naruto was this nine-tailed fox kid who everybody did not like at all, but he had dreams to becoming a Hokage, right? He wanted to become the leader of his village. So he wanted to gain greater strength and power and ability. But in his journey, one thing Naruto learned is resilience. He learned how to team build and work with others. He learned how to be empathetic and listen to people and also use type of different frameworks for self-development and personal development so that he can become the leader that he so often wanted to be. And that is a great parallel of what we do in our lives and how the book mirrors real life is because we have a goal of what we want to be and what we want to do, but there are steps in which we have to take that mirrors the anime mindset where we have to, you know, have resilience because every day we're going to face some obstacles that's going to challenge us, right? And challenge is not a bad thing, but we need to have that resilience in play. We need to have those frameworks that help cultivate our minds so that we can get through unfamiliar territories because that's really where the fear is that we don't know something. So, of course, that flight and flight mechanism comes into play in which we operate in. And basically, the book and the way I talk about personal development is like, do not do not ignore the fight or flight, accept it, Take your time to breathe through it, move forward in it, and also come up with real and tangible steps to be the best person you can be.
You, Mr. Michael, heroes often have a traumatic or motivating past. How can we refrain our own personal backstory or struggles and failure as the origin story for our strength rather than as a baggage?
I would say in a lot of ways we have to understand, like I was saying, it's 7 billion people on this planet, probably even more right now, right? And no, even though everybody's story is a little unique because it's fine-tuned to you, there is nothing under the sun that hasn't happened before. So the first thing is to understand that the place and the problem that you're in is not a new problem. So you can take relief that people have experienced what you have, and a lot, and I know it sounds a little jaded to say that, but for a lot of people, knowing that others have gone through what they have gone through gives them a sense of relief, because now we know there is a framework and a game plan in which we can move forward through it. Now, does everyone follow suit? No, because that's life, right? In general. And that's why I kind of created this book so that we can get a framework on how to stand firm. A lot of times when we have those precipice moments, we have to realize that there's a choice. And in that choice, life is not linear. So even if you make a choice to do better, that you will face circumstances that will trip you up. And it's okay to get tripped up. It's okay to stumble. It's not okay to go backwards. It's not okay to stop moving forward. And so, and but it's okay to take a moment, but not move forward at all, and stay and become and have what I would say a victim mentality is one thing that this book encourages not to do. It encourages you to face challenges together in a cohesive group, get a community. It challenges you to, have the courage to ask for help, to have mutual trust with people, to be vulnerable, to build support networks with others, right? So that you can rebound and you can defeat those obstacles that you might be facing with a growth mindset.
With the growth mindset, indeed. And how can we identify and strategically prepare for our current big boss challenge, be it a career goal, a personal fear, or a major project, instead of being overwhelmed by it?
So I would say for any type of thing that you're facing, right, even if it's a project or a goal in which you're trying to set clear goals, clear parameters, and then from that start habit stacking. And one thing I learned in my life, and just I write down in the book, is we're fighting against a lot of behaviors in which we have cultivated over a lifetime. And so, one thing I like to talk about, even in the book, is habit stacking. We're calculating our movements, and we're calculating, and we're also putting habits upon habits. Like for instance, if you're brushing your teeth, and you want to become a better speaker. So while you're brushing your teeth, doing something that is a normal behavior in which you do every day, right? You would take 30 seconds after you brush your teeth, or even before you brush your teeth, to speak in the mirror and speak confidently, exudedly, and speak up. And now you're building a habit upon a habit. So now you're going from being timid as a speaker to now that's something you're doing every day. You're building a behavior from that habit. And now you find yourself being more willing and outgoing to speak because now you have built a pattern of behavior through that. And that's one thing I talk about with critical thinking, problem solving, also having strategy, especially when you're trying to accomplish your goals.
Accomplish your goals, indeed. And Mr. Michael, what is a daily or weekly ritual that acts as a personal transformation sequence, shifting your mindset?
I say that one more time. I kind of didn't hear you.
Yes. What is a daily or weekly ritual that acts a personal transformation sequence, shifting your mindset from ordinary to heroic to tackle daunting tasks.
I would say physical exertion. One thing I cannot and should not ever get around is that having a physical routine actually helps build a mental cohesiveness in you. So, doing something that is difficult, that is different from your goal set, like if I have a goal that I want to be the project lead for a business in which I'm patronizing, right? Or a corporation that I'm part of, I will go and work out something, maybe 2, 3 times a week, build up a physical regimen. And the reason why is because I'm building up resistance. I'm teaching my mind to face hard obstacles and different things. And then I'm priming myself for a behavior shift. And I would say that's a key goal in that what you want to do first is you want to prime yourself accordingly for any type of goal that you want to accomplish. You're trying to build a strong base, a foundation of who you are and what you're trying to accomplish so that you have something, no matter if I guess have a setback, you have a strong foundation to fall suit on.
Foundational is something good, people. In games and anime, characters monitor HP and MP. What is your system for practically monitoring and managing your real life energy, focus, and emotional reserves to avoid burnout?
Oh man, that is huge. So burnout is very, very real. A lot of people that I have spoke with doesn't don't think burnout is something that's real. That you have to be on the go 24/7. But burnout can affect the way you lead, the affect the way you view things. And so I would say how to prevent that is take micro breaks. Uh, Sometimes I know me. For me, this is speaking of Michael. What I do is I work consistently for like 20 to 30 minutes, and then I go and take a 5 to 10 minute break. And what that break consists of is me getting out of the workplace, actually moving myself away and doing something maybe trivial that is not associated with the work that I have been doing. And then after that, I usually go right back into the work I'm doing, and I noticed that my production and productivity has shot through the roof a lot because I have allowed my brain to reset to do something that will be, in some sense of the word, nebulous for others. But after I'm able to refocus and rekindle that, my mind is sharper and allows me to move forward. So I would say that is one of the behaviors or things that you can do to help when you're trying to not just accomplish your goals, but to stay active and to realize that and keep yourself from burnout. And then I would say one more thing is to know that not that burnout is just real, but also that know yourself, know where you are in the process. If you feel that something's coming up, challenge that feeling. Start thinking critically. Like, why am I feeling like I'm burning out? Like, what is going on? What am I doing that's exuding so much stress and strenuous in my life right now? What do I need to fall back on? What do I need to put in alignment? And that usually helps.
Yes, indeed. And Mr. Michael, as a debut author, what are your short term and long term goals?
So my short-term goals is honestly to publish this book, and my long-term goal is just to see how this book actually helps. I'm so excited to see what 5 years this book looks like to people in 5 years, and see what the next addition to this book looks like in 10 years, and see how cultures shift with this book, and see how my own perspectives might change. So my goal is pretty straightforward. I would like to get the book out to as many hands as possible, get a lot of review over the next 5 to 10 years, and just really see how it's able to impact culture, hopefully in a positive and uplifting way.
Good luck to your goals, Mr. Michael, and looking forward for more success. And what would be your piece of advice for those people out there who want to be an author like you?
Well, if they want to be an author like me, I would say do it early and do it vividly with a lot of gusto. Uh, don't wait 24 years to write a book like myself.
24 years. Go ahead, Mr. Michael. Do you want to add more?
Yeah, just a little bit. Just so, be fearless. No one is counting your shortcomings. No one's counting the things that you have done wrong. So, or you messed up on, right? So be fearless as an author, as a writer, and be willing to take criticism and feedback accordingly, and just become better each and every day.
Yes, be better in each every day and learn every day. People,
Yes.
read, listen to our podcast.
Mhm.
And thank you for that advice, Master. And can you please recommend a book or books that influence your journey?
Yes. So, I recommend. You said a book that I recommend.
Yes, please.
Oh, Atomic Habits. I love that book. Man, that is like my foundation. The 5 a.m. Club is another book that I would recommend to someone to read effectively.
Yes, Atomic Habit by James Clear, people. Highly recommended. And Mr. Michael, tell us which single anime trope or character archetype have you found to be the most powerful and frequently applicable tool for your readers in navigating modern life?
I would say my personal what I would think is um, I would say Naruto,
Yes.
because a lot of people have just like his archetype and his storyline. People have really assimilated that in their own lives a lot. Yes, I'll go with Naruto.
Yes, definitely. And before we wrap up our discussion for today, Mr. Michael, I invite you to please do listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because
Mhm.
my abstract essay is already in fifth season. Abstract poetry in second season, and my book 101 review in fifth season too. Comedy 101 in third season, and my food 101 in fifth season as well. Geography 101, love letters, movie 101 review, music 101, our fourth season, science 101, sex 101 in its second season. And of course, my baby podcast law 101, mental health 101 and my Bible verses 101. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Michael, tell us if someone fully embraces the anime mindset, what does the next season of their life look like?
Their season will be bright. Not saying it will be easy, because life inherently is not easy, but it will give you the tools to navigate life in such a way that you, not say it was effortlessly, but you would notice a big change in the way that you approach problems and situations and move through them.
Yes, definitely. And Mr. Michael Yearby, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom today.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you,
for having
thank
me.
Yes, thank you, thank you. So can you please invite our listeners to support your debut book, which is
The
coming this
anime
January?
mindset.
Yes. So when it will be published or when will be available through all the nation?
So it will be available not July, sorry, January 2nd. And also, it will be available on my website, michaelyearby.com. You can go on my website and get a signed copy, and I will ship as soon as it becomes available January 2nd.
Yes, people, let's support Mr. Michael Yearby because if you support him for sure more and more empowering books like this to come. So, Mr. Michael, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
More to come, people. See you soon.